going to show all 50 people. That doesn't make sense. But with that being said, I am excited to share with you our agenda for today. We have Amrita is going to take us through lifestyle medicine. Now, quick caveat, and she can share this as well. We are working on a workbook that is not finished, but we did not want to not present on the topic today. So we will be doing more iterations of it. So me and Amrita are very technical, and there's a lot of things that we're trying to change and make better. So if you see typos or challenges, just know that we know that they're there, and we're going to be working on them. And we have a graphic designer that we've kind of partnered with to help us. So with that being said, we'll have Amrita do that, and then we are going to jump to Lauren, and she's going to present what we're calling Prevent and Recover. And she's going to share a lot of what she's created and what she's learned about it. And Lauren is going to be pursuing a Doctor of Physical Therapy degree, which is perfect for what she did, her project all around. And then we're going to wrap up with Katie, and she's going to talk to us about why being outside, being in nature is really such an incredible benefit and such just a gift for us. And all we have to do is reach out and take it. And she's going to give us some practical tips and information as well. All right. So with that being said, if anybody has any questions throughout from a logistical perspective, feel free to type it in the chat. Amrita, if you can go ahead and share your screen, I'll kick it over to you. We have Amrita Taylor. She is going to take us through Lifestyle Medicine, our new workbook that we're creating. And at the end, we'll maybe pause and ask you guys for some feedback if you want to share some feedback and recommendations on maybe some things you think we could incorporate or should incorporate. So with that being said, Amrita, over to you.
Okay. So my name is Amrita, and my project is the Lifestyle Change Workbook. So as Steve said, it's still in the process of being done, but it'll be on the website when it's finished. So on our cover, we have our mascot, Captain Lifestyle, and just some pictures to represent the 6 different domains of healthy living. So for an introduction, the workbook is basically designed to help people work through their transformation journey and kind of guide them through all the different aspects of lifestyle medicine. And if you didn't know what lifestyle medicine is, it's following a healthy lifestyle to prevent, treat, and possibly cure chronic diseases. There's 6 main domains of healthy living, which are eat smarter, move more, sleep more soundly, manage stress better, cultivate relationships, and avoid risky substances. So a quick synopsis of all of the different domains. Eat smarter, we're basically following a whole food plant-based diet or plant predominant diet. For move more, we are talking about exercise and how much you need, as well as the 5 main areas of exercise. For sleep more soundly, we're talking about how you can improve your quality of sleep and the common disruptors for sleep. And following for manage stress better, we are talking about healthy ways to manage stress. For cultivate relationships, we're going to discuss how and why you should aim to keep up with relationships that are important to you. And lastly, for avoid risky substances, we're going to talk about what substances to avoid and how to set a goal to limit interaction with them. Okay. So sorry if there's a little bit of lag, but this is our first section on eating smarter. So for a whole food plant-based diet or plant predominant diet, there are 4 main food groups, which are fruits with 4 or more servings per day, grains with 6 or more servings per day, vegetables with 5 or more servings per day, and then legumes with 3 or more servings per day. And I also wanted to include some common misconceptions and questions, because I feel like there's a lot of stigma surrounding a whole food plant-based diet. So you can get your protein even if you don't eat meat or plant-based products from tofu, various nuts, legumes, and beans. And also you can get your calcium from other things such as almond milk or leafy greens and milk substitutes, And you actually don't have to cook with oil, and you can use water or vegetable broth to saute and applesauce or mashed beans in baking. And a common misconception from one of our transformers is that people only choose to eat plant-based because they're animal lovers and anti-meat industry. And while that can be a cause for some people to switch to a plant-based diet, a lot of people change their lifestyle for the health benefits that are associated with it. And for each section in our workbook, we have an interactive portion or an interactive aspect to go with it. For eating smarter, we have a basic shopping list to get you started with, 4 or a couple main examples of what you can buy. Okay, and moving on to move more, we have how much exercise people of different age groups need. And there's also 5 areas of physical health. The first is aerobic fitness, which is any exercise that requires oxygen to make energy for prolonged activity. An example of that would be like swimming. And then muscular strength refers to the amount of force a muscle or a group of muscles can generate in one contraction. Muscular endurance is a muscle's ability to exert force repeatedly without fatigue. And flexibility is the range of motion at a particular joint or series of joints, and body composition describes the relative proportions of fat and lean tissues in the body. And we have examples of all of those different areas down here. And for the interactive portion to move more, we have a chart where you can plan a workout or personalize a workout plan, and also an area for reflection. And you'll notice that at the bottom of each page, there's a SMART goal that you can fill out. Okay. For sleep more soundly, we have the common sleep disruptors and also tips for better quality of sleep. And then also what you should limit and incorporate. And a lack of or poor quality sleep can lead to a strained immune system. But if you avoid any of the disruptors, you can just overall better your quality of health. And then to the right, we have our interactive portion for this section, which is a sleep diary. If you don't know what a sleep diary is, it's a log that you can fill out to determine if you're getting enough sleep, but it also logs things like your naps and what you ate or did before bed. And then it can help you decide what is limiting your quality of sleep or what's good for your quality of sleep. And again, at the bottom, we have our SMART goal. Okay, moving on to managing stress better. We have what is a stressor, which are events and conditions in your surroundings that may trigger stress. And to healthfully manage stress, you can engage in self-care by going on a walk or trying a new hobby, keeping a gratitude journal, connecting with others. If you want more examples on that, you can look to cultivate relationships. Another good way to manage stress is to exercise and looking back at moving more, or you can just disconnect from your electronics. Some reasons to manage your stress is because you can get better sleep, and it can also help manage your weight, and then you'll be happier and healthier, and you can be less sick. And for our interactive portion, we have a stress management reflection chart. And then for cultivating relationships can help manage stress, like we said before, but it can also improve your heart rate and blood pressure. So some examples are organizing an outdoor meetup or a virtual meetup. You can also volunteer and support your community, or you can take a course online or at a community college with some friends. And also taking some time out of your busy schedules to plan family activities such as eating dinner together or going on a hike or a bike ride. For the interactive portion for cultivating relationships, we have a activity planner and also a place where you can reflect on your relationships and how you think that you can strengthen them. Okay, and then avoiding risky substances. avoiding risky substances can prevent both short and long-term health effects. And they're commonly known risky substances are drugs, alcohol, and tobacco, but they can also include things such as caffeine when you're talking about it regarding your sleep, and for younger children, like dangerous supplies within the household. And to prevent any dangers, keep anything that could be harmful out of reach, or make a goal, as you will in the interactive portion, to limit your use. So this is an example of how you can make a goal and plan how to limit it within a couple weeks. And then we just have our resources and also our website, as we showed before. And now we can take questions if you have any.
Yeah, and one thing, thank you, Amrita, for taking everybody through that. Well done. And it's an ongoing document that we're building. So it's going to be super excited when we finish it. But with that being said, since you guys, our Transformer team, as well as everybody else, if you have any feedback, we would certainly love to hear that from you guys as far as, is it giving enough of the why and the how, but also is it giving enough of the practical support and giving the ability for somebody to say, yes, I want to eat better, but how do I do that? So if anybody would like to ask any questions on any of those areas or provide feedback, we'd be happy to take some time.
I was going to say that I really loved all the information that she had regarding like each different areas, like the tips and the things like you should avoid. I am definitely going to incorporate that into my app and use Amrita's information. So I thought that was really helpful. Thank you for that. You did an awesome job.
Thanks.
I thought it was very professional looking. Like I wanted to like write in. I like wanted to write in it as you were going through it. So I thought you did whoever made the layout, it looks really great.
Going off of that, I think it looked really professional, but also not intimidating. Because I know with a lot of like workbooks for healthy eating and like fitness stuff, it could be kind of intimidating. But I really liked the layout and all the colors because I feel like it made it less stressful.
Yeah, thank you, Kelly.
Yeah, sorry, going off of that, I was really impressed, honestly, with the workbook, with the way that it came out, and specifically the interactive portion too. Like a lot of people were commenting on how it's not overwhelming and how it looks professional too. And like, I'm really excited for when you're finished with this because I'm definitely going to download it and fill it out.
Thanks, Lizzie. Well, great. Well, thank you, everybody. And thank you, Amrita. Well done. Thank you for taking us through that. And yeah, like we mentioned, it's exciting to see how we're building it out. And, you know, we appreciate all that Amrita is doing to really kind of work together on the vision and say, okay, what are we doing here? But essentially, how can it serve and support people? Because that's really what matters most.
Hey, Steve, that was really great. That the workbook looks awesome. And, you know, coming from a physician's perspective, I find that it's simple enough that I could share with my patients and probably, you know, go through the main points of the brochure within the short period of time that I'm usually allotted to see patients. So I think that's great. And I agree with everyone, all the comments that have been made thus far by the rest of your team. And I would look forward to seeing it in an application form.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Price. Appreciate that feedback. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you, everybody, for doing that. And Amrita, thanks again for doing that. And as we work on that and we get it going, we will absolutely be sharing that with everybody. And we'll make sure that it gets on the website and we get it up and running as well. So a quick shift and a pivot here. We're going to transition to Lauren. And I quickly mentioned at the beginning, I'll do a little bit longer of an introduction here for her, but Lauren has done an excellent job of really focusing on the physical health aspect throughout the past 5 months of her internship, being that she really came in as a health behavior major, but really wanted to focus on the physical side, physical therapy specifically. And so what she's going to walk you through is not only how can we prevent physical health challenges, but also how do we recover? And so building off of what Praise just shared with us, being able to give something that's practical and useful and can add value to patients and really community members.